So yeah. Yarp. Alright, let me see what I can do, babe. Alright? Hey, you better stay okay. I didn't say anything. Yeah, Drew's right. You better say I love you.
Yeah. You didn't say the last part.
Drew, I don't feel like dying.
That's a valid point. I wouldn't have said it either.
Yeah.
I'm definitely a little bit. Oh, let me see if my light strip. I can see my
Beth, are you mad at me? Do you want your banana pudding? Oh. Can I give you my banana pudding? She didn't think that was good.
I'm low key considering if I get accepted to med school, I might go Navy, dog.
For real?
I might do it.
I knew you were gay.
Might. I just need to see like what their job offers are. I don't know. I have the option of doing either that Air Force or Army, but Air Force doesn't have the job I would want to do. So like that's out of the picture. The Army does, but
also...
the Navy might. Let me do a 2 MOS 2 branch career, dog.
Oh, I have a buddy.
That would be a wild flex.
That So yeah, I have a buddy who was a 11 Bravo, became a supply sergeant,
Ooh.
and then he became did a break in service. After that, this is where it gets better. He had 35 Fox, promoted to Sergeant First Class, went to OCS, and now he's an infantry officer, branch detail AG. So he would have been 11 Bravo, 92 Yankee, 35 Fox, and 11 Alpha, and 42 Bravo.
That sounds like how our chaplain in Germany was. Well, our second chaplain in Germany, but he was a 11 Charlie, I think, and then he went FA and enlisted, made it E6, then he did. I can't remember what his like third job enlisted was, but he did that, and then he became an infantry officer, and then he went to seminary school during his break in service, and now he's a chaplain. So very similar shit, but all of his first ones were combat arms, and we were like, what the fuck? And we were like, why are you a chaplain? He's like, I've done some bad things. I want to repent. And I was like, okay.
Bro, every chaplain in the
That's fair.
Army has a dark ass.
Dude, it's wild. And I was like, Justin, are you okay?
It's actually kind of terrifying.
I was like, how long you been in? He was like, 13 years. I was like, you've done all that shit in 13 years? And he's like, yeah, I've got a while to go. And I was like, oh my god. I was like, how fast were you a fucking E6, bro? He was like, oh, I was an E6 in 5 years. And I was like, so fuck.
I know, dude, that made it in 4 years.
Yeah, no, there was one in my company. He was like that, but the engineers, like, once you make it past the 4 to 5 gap, like, you're good, you're fine. But if you're a 12 Bravo, if you're a 12 November, sucks for you. Good luck. The 12 November Corps is like fucking tiny, and you have to wait for people to like die to promote.
I have a dude that wants to become a 12 Papa.
That's hard. But if you can do it though, that is a great civilian job.
Oh yeah, that's why he wants to do it.
I actually put in to be the commander of the 12 Papa training.
Well, hey, I'm about to tell Alan that we're on.
Obviously, I didn't get it. I can add him to here too. Like, or you might be able to send him an invite to this Discord at least.
Yeah, I'm about to shoot him an invite.
Like I told the guys yesterday, like I'm more than willing to make this just like a dudes hangout. Like it didn't have to be just our RuneScape, which I've obviously started adding to, but I think we have 9 people now, 8 people in a bot. So like, we're getting up there, but
Yeah, we're getting up there.
I'm more than willing to make this like a hangout Discord. That's why I changed. It was just ResScape. That was our squadron, and then Scape. But once we added Ray, I changed it because he was in the res, but he's not in the res anymore.
I got you.
And then I added my little brother, added Morgan, I added this other dude that was in the res, but he's out of the army now. So I was like, fuck it, dude, let's just make this a boys chat.
There's just one server
Make
and
it a
I'm
cool
watching
thing.
right
No
now.
girls allowed.
No girls. Only boys. Hey.
Boys
Hey,
only.
Beth.
I want meat.
Yeah, I need to tell Beth. Beth, no girls allowed in our Discord server. No girls allowed.
Not in my Christian Discord server.
Oh, hey, I'm about my stream that I'm doing right now in the chat.
I'll probably make some more text channels than voice.
Hey, I can help that. My other channel, or
Channels
my
too,
Discord I
just
use
based on
for
what
my
people
other
play.
channel.
But
Yeah.
just chatting up. Hopefully, play it, but, yeah. Make it 8. 16.
There you go, Pooks. Me. Alright, I'm dropping my my stream in the chat, Drew. Yes, ma'am.
That's crazy.
Well, hey, Drew, I didn't tell you what I'm trying to do next. Drew?
What was that?
Well, one, I dropped my stream in the chat. But two, I'm dropping my warrant packet. Drew?
Huh? What? Discord thing.
Gotcha.
I gotta look up
said
like actual tips. Like this.
I'm dropping my warrant packet. Nothing yet, babe.
One more time.
I'm dropping my warrant packet.
Oh really?
Yep. Bro, this shit's for the birds. Nah, I'm kidding. The pace is too nice.
I wouldn't.
If I don't hit major, yeah, if I don't hit major, I am. Drop that warm packet quick.
Like I said, if I don't get into med school, I'll be out of the army in 2 years. One of my buddies from high school, who I thought was gonna be a fucking 20-year dude, he just got out.
I guarantee Morgan's gonna switch over to, he's gonna switch branches.
I think he is too. The way I talked to him on the phone for a while the other day, like he was not. I was like, I fucking told you, dude.
Yeah, that's why because I wanted to do infantry for the longest time too, but then I escaped the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, exactly. And I told him, I was like, dog, you're not gonna enjoy this shit. I don't know what you think you're gonna do. Like, you're not gonna enjoy it. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, every single person that I know that I've been close to that's gone there has gotten out or is planning to get out very soon.
Mm-hmm.
Because branch transferring from infantry is actually a lot harder to do than you think it is.
Or very hard.
He's like, what do you mean? I was like, a lot of the other branches don't want to take infantry guys in their fucking branch because they don't see you the same as you think you are. I was like, we all think you guys are retarded.
Bro, they eat rocks and tree bark.
I was like, engineers are retarded. But we think you guys are retarded. So that should say something.
This is very true.
I was like, well, our whole job is to run up to a fucking wire obstacle and blow shit up, knowing 50% of our people at least are gonna die. And we still think you're retarded. What does that say?
That you're retarded.
I was like, whenever you're a private as a 12 Bravo, if we were to ever go to like a major large scale war, right? If you're a PFC or lower, your sole purpose is to throw a grappling hook while the entirety of the enemy defense is shooting at you. Your sole purpose in life is to try to find a mine and blow it up with a grappling hook. You are going to die. And if you're the guy that's that's a PFC or PB2, whenever he dies, the next lowest person does the same shit. So until you get through all of your PB2s, PFCs, whatever, they're gonna die.
Red repeat.
That is their sole purpose in life.
Yeah.
And I was like, if you were in a striker and there's a chemical attack and you want to test it, you want to test to see if the chemical is still fucking volatile, you send the youngest private in the truck that is an engineer, and you make him take his mask off outside of the truck to see if he dies.
And if he dies, well, he dies.
And if he dies, you wait 30 minutes, do it again. If he doesn't die, cool. He gets to live another day. If you were a private in the engineering world and you were at war, you were expected to die. That's how it is.
So we had a class on tactical nuclear weapons and the effects, like at a certain distance for a 10 kiloton nuke. And my first question was, why are we simulating just 1 kiloton nuke? That's relatively small for today's
that is pretty small
environment. And they're not just going to launch one. They're going to launch probably 4 against it on the battlefield. That's just on like the tactical side, but the bigger side of it. Bro, that was the most unrealistic thing.
It's wild stuff. After this beer, I'm my beer and pee real quick. Okay. Probably not in that order, just a little bit. Fucking die, what the hell?
Gas shut up. His bride. Need some Risk of Rain. That sounds pretty good.
She just called me. Somebody just called me.
I told Alan we were on.
She called me from her phone.
And I'll be right back.
Alright.
I literally just got a missed call.
Oh, he has Storm Dragon. That sucks. Oh man. River, are you having fun over there? Hey, look at her. Pokey, you having fun? You are? I'll probably get me a burger. I'll probably get me a burger or chicken tendies. What? Ah, absolutely heck to the no. Nuh-uh. Or cadaver. You get me Alakazam. Pokey, you having fun? Are you having fun, baby? Yeah, babe, look at her. Ah. Are you watching Daddy struggle on Pokemon? Yeah, you are. Can I get a hunya? Chupapi maneno.
Oh, at the CG mixer I was talking about earlier, one of my buddies was like, dude, I'll give you $15 to just yell out, can I get a hunya in the middle of all this shit? I was like, fuck no, dude, there's 3 generals here.
Bro, you should have done it. You probably got a coin. Yeah?
So I was like, fuck no.
That hurt her feet. Hey, she slams her feet on the, yeah. She good. Oh, during one of my, CPXs we're doing. So every single CPX I did with the Brigade S2, I was the S2 and the collection manager.
Nice.
Because I was the only one on shift, or that was present whenever the commander needed answers and stuff like that. But anyways, during one of the O&Is, I got him to say, that's Cap to his boss.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty...
We had to do a warfighter with 5th Corps, which I don't know why the fuck 5th Corps came to Germany for that, whatever, at the point. But we had to do a warfighter with them, but for some reason, they wanted our squadron to represent all of 2CR, and they're like, yeah, you guys are in charge of the whole thing for 2CR representation. We're like, we're the fucking engineers, bro. This is an infantry fucking regiment. Like, why are we getting the engineers to represent this? And they're like, you'll be fine, you'll figure it out. I was like, I don't like this. And then I was the squadron adjutant at the time, because that's what I did the last year of being in Germany. But our squadron commander, he was like, you're good, don't worry about it. Like, you just do your thing. I know you're studying for whatever, blah, blah, blah. I was like, cool, thanks. And then we get like 2 days into it, and they get shit on for some reason, not having a people there or whatever. And he calls me, he was like, Drew, I need you. And I was like, okay. And so I get there, and then I was like, what do you want me to do, sir? He's like, you're gonna be night shift. We'll break it down, like, however we need to do it, and then like you'll just do the thing. I was like, all right, whatever. I was like, what time is night shift? He was like, it's 19 to 07. I was like, oh, that fucking sucks. Jesus Christ. But then, so I did night shift for like a week. We had 3 people on night shift, and we had 10 people,
Ooh,
but 6 of them were the pucksters to run the squadrons, and then there was 1 NCO to like make sure that they didn't fuck up. Then we had me, the guy at the time that was running the night shift was the captain. I was still first lieutenant still, but he was an XO with me, so like I just fucking called him Dave all the time. But then we had our brand new lieutenant who I sponsored to get there like a week prior. It was the 3 of us running the whole fucking thing at night, right? And then day shift had like
amazing.
Dude, day shift had 20 people. There was fucking 4 captains, a major, Colonel Murray, sergeant major, the ops sergeant major. They were all on day shift, and then they left us fucks to just run the fucking night shift. Keep in mind, like I said, the captain that was over the whole thing was an XO with me, so he promoted a month prior, and they're like, you're a captain, you can run this. And he was like, I don't know if I can, man. Like, so like, we were just there just fucking figuring it out. But we had to represent all of the S shops for the brigade, right? And I was like, well, what the fuck are we supposed to do? And then Dave, the guy running it, he was like, well, they specifically want me to be the XO, the S3, and then they just want the 2 of you to figure shit out. And then so I was like, Spencer, how confident are you in running this? He's like, dude, I just officially started army shit a week ago. I'm not very confident. And I was like, well, this fucking sucks. So then for nighttime, I ran S1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and then a little bit of like S8 operations for the entire brigade representation. And then Spencer was just making sure like all the fucking maneuver guys were figuring out their lives. So I was like, you're just gonna be like the overarching like maneuver person. He was like, okay, I can do that. I was like, good, thankfully, you can do that. But then we start doing this shit, and then we get told that we were supposed to have chaplain there. So I was like, fuck it, I'll be the chaplain too. And then so I was like just doing all these fucking meetings the entire time, all night. And then Dave was like, you good, bro? I was like, dude, I'm going from S2 meeting to S6 meeting to fucking chaplain meeting to an S1 meeting to S4 meeting. He's like, I'll leave you alone. I was like, thanks. And then, so we're just doing that shit. And then I got found out eventually because someone was like, I feel like I've seen you in another meeting. What's your position? And I was like, I'm an engineer lieutenant. And they're like, oh, well, what's your role? I was like, I'm the squadron adjutant for the Regimental Engineer Squadron in 2CR. And he was like, and you're in the S2 meeting, why? I was like, because I was told to. And then he was like, Jesus Christ. But he was like, why are you in this meeting? I was like, what meeting are we even in right now? And he was like, we're in the chaplain meeting. And I was like, I'm covering down for our chaplain. And then the head chaplain running the meeting goes, you know what, what's your name? And I was like, Lieutenant Drew Forrester. And he goes, Lieutenant Forrester, I'm gonna call you Drew, is that okay? I was like, that's fine. He's like, Drew, you're a great example of what it looks like to support our chaplains, and I really appreciate you being here. And I was like, sir, I don't know what I'm doing here, but I'm just glad to be here. He was like, you know what, I really appreciate you. If I see you, I will give you a coin. I was like, sir, where are you at currently? He's like, I'm in Kentucky. I was like, I am not in Kentucky. And he was like, oh, okay, where are you at? I was like, I am stationed in Germany, where the warfighter is being held. He's like, okay, I probably won't see you, but I really appreciate you being here. I was like, thanks, sir.
Thanks, dog.
And then, so whenever we did the handover brief for the morning shift, our chaplain comes in and he was like, how'd it go? And I was like, that was the weirdest experience I've ever had in my life. And he was like, what do you mean? And I told him about everything that happened. He was like, oh God, I'm sorry. And I was like, yeah, it was a little weird. It was a little weird. We just fucking wrote it out. I don't want to do that ever again. He was like, yeah, don't worry about it. I'll send my, he sent his, chaplain's aide to be the nighttime guy, so he was the chaplain guy for that from that point on. I was like, thank the Lord, man. I had no
Why
idea.
wasn't he the chaplain's aide in the beginning, like the Nikon guy in the beginning? That's my question. Why'd they look at
Because
you?
he had him on day. Dude, they literally pulled every single person that had a part of this on the day shift, minus like the 3 of us. And I was like, this makes no fucking sense. There's 20 something dudes on day shift. There's 3 of us on night shift. This sucks.
Wait, was
But
this
then,
Danger Ready too? When was this? When was this warfighter for you?
This was Allied Spirit, I think, in the early 2024. I think it was Allied Spirit. That makes sense.
Bro, what month?
I think it was like mid-February to late February.
We might have been doing the same thing.
We might have been. But dude, I was just fucking dying. And I would get home at like fucking 7:30 or 8 o'clock every morning, and I'd just go straight to sleep, and I'd sleep all throughout the day and just go right back in at night. Christina was like, are you okay? I was like, no, I'm having a horrible time.
Yeah, so it was February. That was Danger Ready for me. Holy crap, dude! We were in the same warfighter.
The worst part about our part in that warfighter was our night shift was y'all's day shift.
Yeah.
So that's why I was getting so mad at it for the most part, because I had all the fucking senior leadership for 5th Corps briefing at night, and I'm over here just trying to fucking figure it out. I was like, I don't know what the fuck this is. And so I go to this one meeting, and they're briefing all these fucking like number
Okay, we
matrices
don't
and
have to
shit,
go.
and I was like, I don't know what the fuck that means. I was like, I don't know what the fuck that means. What
It's
are you talking
okay.
about? And I
Bring
made,
us
like,
somewhere else.
I made a complete ass of myself, right?
Do some?
At one point in the S1 meeting, they were like, "Oh, we need all this," and they're like, "We
Nah,
need
just let it-
alibis." Like, hit us up after the meeting.
Bro,
And
you
I was
might have
like,
heard
okay,
me.
I've got a question.
You might have heard me brief.
I might have, because I would have heard all the day shift shit.
Yeah, I think you might have heard me
But,
brief.
But
I was
we had
does
the
Devil
S1
2?
meeting. They were like, if you have any questions, let us know. I was like, cool, I have a question. I'll hold it till the end though. And they're like, cool. And then they get to the end, they're like, 2CR, you had a question? I was like, yes, I have a lot of questions. They're like, what do you mean? I was like, I'm an engineer filling in for my Squadron S1, which is also filling in for our Brigade
Huh?
S1. So I'm an engineer lieutenant filling in
That's
for
up to you,
Brigade
babe.
S1.
Or high
I
heat?
was like, I have no idea what's going on right now. And they were like, "Oh my God, why are you doing this?" I was like, "I'm running 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, a little bit of 5." And they were like, "Jesus Christ!" And I was like, "Yeah." So I have a lot of questions. I'm just trying to make sure we don't fucking fall apart during our night shift. He's like, "Oh, we're on day shift." I was like, "Well, we're in Germany, so." And they're like, "Why didn't they like mirror us?" And I was like, "I don't know. I'm just here. I have a lot of questions, and I feel really retarded sometimes. Sorry for using that word." And then I hear this dude chuckling in the background, right? 'Cause I thought it was just me, the captain, and then the E5 that he had that was supporting him. And I hear this chuckling in the background, and then the captain was like, "Oh, Sergeant Major thought that was funny." I was like, "God damn it!" I was like, "Which Sergeant Major?" He's like, "Oh, that's the G1 Sergeant Major." I was like, "Fuck!" And so he starts laughing more, and I was like, "Sergeant Major, I really apologize. You didn't have to, like, you caught me first." And he was like, "It's all good, sir. I thought that was pretty funny." But then a couple months later, or a couple months ago, like right before I left, we got a visit from 5th Corps, and there was their CW5 for S1 that was there, their fucking CW3 or 4 that was there, and then they had like all these different G shops coming in to like see how we were doing. And then I see this dude who's like a random fucking sergeant major walking through our hallway, and then I was like, "Oh, that's cool, that's cool." And then I go up to our S1, I was like, "Who's that guy?" He's like, "Sergeant Major Ray." I was like, "Oh my fucking God, that's the guy that laughed at me." And then she was like, "Oh, I'm introducing you to him right now," because she heard the whole story. Cause she was at TDY the whole time. And then, so she was like, Sergeant Major, I have someone I want you to meet." And he was like, "Oh, sir." And he was like, "Wait, why does your name sound familiar?" I was like, "Oh, we were in the Warfighter back in February." He was like, Yeah. I was like, "You remember that really lost lieutenant that was covering down a lot of shit that you laughed at?" And he was like, "Oh, I vividly remember him." And I was like, "That was me." And he was like, I was like, "Yeah, I didn't have a good time." He was like, "Dude, you were doing your best. And I really do respect that." I was like, "I was having a dog shit time."
So, do you happen to remember the call sign Devil 2? One at any of the meetings?
I honestly don't remember any of the things from those meetings outside of me making an ass of myself.
I get that. So there,
But it was
so I had a game
horrible
with the
time.
BizWiz operators. I would to give them point system and say, "Hey, rental HQ, you get 50 points. Regimental commander, that's another 50." So whoever, so that's how I kept the BizWiz guys entertained. But then one of the meetings, the division collection manager asked me, he's like, "So did you get your shadow shot down?" I was like, "Yeah." He asked me why. I told him, "Oh, sir, we've been stuck in defense for 3 years. I'm bored. I'm bored. And you guys are having problems finding their ADA assets, so I found it for you." He lost his shadow. I was like, "Okay, get replaced. Just give me 1 second." He came back, talked to these civilian guys, came back, was like, "Sir, I got my shadow back." And while I was talking to these civilian guys, I looked around and shit. I could see the entire red plane. I was like, "Yeah."
Dude, at one point, they moved me to day shift, like really late into the Warfighter, because one of our captains had to go to some course, so they pulled me up to replace him. I was like, I feel
Okay.
like this is a bad
Sounds
fucking
good.
idea. That
Good.
dude's been a commander twice already. Like, why the fuck am I replacing him?
Okay, good.
And then,
Yeah, we can go tonight.
But I go up to day shift, like mid-late way through the Warfighter, and I just fucking I fill in just where I can. So I ended up being like the S1, S4, and then later into it, like as we were going on to the offense, I was the maneuver commander for 2CR, and I like our scope was like, "Drew, I want you to be the maneuver guy for the entirety of the regiment." I was like, "Sir, what the fuck, man? Like, what do you mean?" And he was like, "I want you to just be the guy that's like overseeing all the pucksters maneuvering our elements, and I want you to like take charge of the offense." I was like, "This is not going to go as well as you think it is, sir." He's like, "I've got great hopes for you." I was like, "I don't." And then so I'm over there sitting with all the pucksters, and we're just moving around trying to like provide our fucking assets to the overall DO, because fucking 3ID was the DO for that shit. And then all of a sudden 3ID gets waylaid in the fucking game. And then they lose like 60% of their fucking people, and they're like, "All right, 2CR's at 92%. They're gonna become the DO for our operation." And then I was like, "Oh God, please don't do this." And then they were like, "Yeah, 2CR, you're confirmed DO. You're gonna lead the fucking recon element and actually be like the movement to contact for the offense." I was like, "Dude, we're so fucked." And then I was like, "What do you mean, sir?" I was like, "They're a fucking armor division. We are strikers. this is not gonna go well.
It's gonna go.
And they were like, "Oh, we'll
bad.
be fine." I was like, "We'll be fine. We'll be fine." I was like, "No, the fuck, we're not." So we just started fucking. And then I told the civilian guys, I was like, "Hey, like, what do we need to do to like reconstitute people? Like, I know the fucking processes for reconstituting people and equipment because I've been doing S1, S4 this entire fucking time." He's like, "As long as you send it up properly, we'll send it up and we'll do your thing." So then we get fucking going. We take contact like literally every fucking kilometer. And I told our dudes to maneuver, and I was like, "Alright, flank these guys, hold in place, hold our fire, flank these guys." And we just like were slowly over time just dropping in numbers. I was like, "Dude, we're fucking plummeting."
We're about to die.
And then well, our fucking RXO, he was like, "How's it going?" And I was like, "We're killing a lot of people." He was like, "How many kills you got?" So we got a printout of it for the civilians, and then we started like tallying it up on the fucking whiteboard. And we were trying to keep like see who could kill the most people in our fucking like team, because the SCO was gonna give a coin to the person who got the end of it. I was like, "Sick, we'll fucking win this." And then so we keep going, we keep tallying it up, and then we get down to like 25% capabilities, and I send up the entire fucking stack of papers over whatever digital thing we were using.
Yes.
And then our civilian guy was like overseeing me as I did it.
Guess
He was
so.
like, "Cool, you're getting 100."
It was never brought to light until now.
Reconstitution.
Hmm.
He's like, "You're getting 100% reconstitution." I was like, "Big fucking bet." So out of nowhere, we went from 25% to 100, and everybody in the fucking third ID was like, "How the fuck did you do that?" And I was like, "We have skills, brother." And we kept fucking pushing. So we did that like 3 times. So I dropped down to like 25% and just bounced back up to 100. And so, dude, we started fucking like dominating that entire lane. And so like we get to the end of it, and then we had like 7,000, 7,500 kills or something. And then we get to like we're just fucking just rolling through people. And then all of third ID is like, "Oh my god, 2CR is just fucking cruising right now." And I was like, "This makes no goddamn sense."
What is happening?
But then we get to our fucking like our objective, and they wanted 2CR to like screen to the east. And we're like, "Cool, we can do that." And then they're like, "Dude, we should give 2CR like in its entirety a fucking award." And I was like, "Yeah, you fucking should, dude." And then
So,
we get to our screen, and then do like the entirety of the red force attacking, and then fucking strafes our entire line and deletes 2CR off the map. And I was like, "All right, well, we're done."
but it was good while it lasted. So.
Well, then I look up at that point, right? I look up at that point, and I look around, and I see fucking birds everywhere. I see lieutenant colonels. I see majors. I see like a 1-star and then a 3-star sitting at our fucking table taking a phone call. And I was like, "What the fuck? Is this a nighttime meadow? There's leaves and stars everywhere. What the fuck?" And then our so he's like, "Drew, shut the fuck up." And I was like, "I'm sorry, sir. I'm really tired." He's like, "Can you go outside and just like drink a Red Bull or something?" I was like, "I would gladly do that." He was like, "Oh, how'd it go?" I was like, "Well, we're all dead now, so it's fine." He's like, "How many kills did you get?" I was like, "Roughly 8,000." And he was like, "Yeah, you get a break. You're good." I was like, "Sick."
So while we were during our that warfighter, we were stuck in the defense for I don't know, 5 days. So me and this S3 captain are like, "Oh, screw this. Let's go actually do something." So we sent out 1 quarter cap troop to go after this hodgepodge of 2 armies. And after the first engagement, we cleared out 2 support areas. Like two brigade support areas. And I think in 3 hours, we called 200 fire missions.
Yeah.
So we're just like dropping rounds. And then the O&I kicked off.
We did the exact same shit with our 777 squadron.
Oh yeah. So the O&I kicked off, and all you see on the division commander's screen is a larval troop deleting red diamonds. And he calls on the line, calls my boss by his first name, or big boss by his first name, says, "Ian, what is your cavalry troop doing down there?" And he looks at me and the S3 captain, I told him, "Sir, we're opening up a can of worms." So Ian went back on over to his boss and said, "Sir, we're opening up a can of worms right now. We've been stuck in the defense for 5 days. Y'all can't get any ground, so we're just cleaning up trash." I think by the end,
with us being the DO and like the recon, we kept seeing all their fucking like SPF like just companies worth of like their tech vehicles, ATVs, and all that shit. We just kept seeing all those. That was the majority of our kills. Right? They'd be rolling up the road. I told our guys, I was like, we're the recon element, but like we were told to attack by fire if we have superior numbers. And I was like, that was what I was told, and we will do that every single fucking time. I was like, you guys have my full approval. If you see a fucking enemy element coming at us, if we have numbers on them, we'll outmaneuver them if we can. And they're like, cool. Dude, just like for the first like 3 or 4 hours, we were just rolling up the road. Like we didn't even stop the convoy. We were just fucking just beaming their fucking ATVs and shit.
So for
I would
us,
get like a call out from one of our guys. They were like, "Sir, I just took out an entire company." I was like, "What'd you kill?" And he's like, 13 ATVs, a couple tech vehicles." I was like, I was like, "You take any casualties?" He's like, "We have one guy that fell off a truck or whatever the fucking system said." And I was like, "Ah, fuck him, put him in the truck."
We I think the S3 captain we killed 2,000 vehicles. So however many personnel that is.
Oh, we were out there just doing like fucking math and shit. Cause like I said, we didn't have an SC, so I was like going on the whatever that website is to like look up MTOs of units and be like, okay, this is roughly this many people.
It was great. By the time day shift came in, they asked me, so where are we at now? I said, well, we were here, now we're on the other side of the map. And this is how much combat power the enemy has left.
Let me go grab something to show you real quick. Be right back.
Hey Pookie, you having fun? You having fun, baby? Maybe you're not watching Full House? What time do I head out?
Also, it was austere challenge, not allied spirit.
Oh, I'll search it. Well, babe, stop it.
But I got these. Like I said.
Yeah, austere challenge. That was Hey, babe. Was the last February? Was that Danger Ready 3 for me? But yeah. So yeah, Drew, we were the same warfighter.
Nice.
Yeah, Drew was in that warfighter with me. Yeah, so yeah, you probably heard me brief. Actually, probably heard me brief a lot.
Like I said, I was in way too many fucking